here in the teletape. Both men 25 years young. Antwine Williams will have a 4-inch reach advantage.
Back we go to Ryan Wood.
Bout number 3 is brought to you by Jackson County Tow. Been servicing the Metro for over 20 years. Big or small, we're always on our toes. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Josh Puckett. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, Antwine Williams. Oh, baby, let's go.
Round number 1. Tonight's fight clock is presented by Hoy Excavating. Black and blue trunks for Josh Puckett.
Antwine looking poised in there, already coming with a knockdown.
Not ruled as such though by referee Mike England. Black and gold trunks for Antwine Williams.
Ruled a slip there. Antwine Williams used that teep, that front teep as a jab. He's thrown it 3 times now. Second time knocked him off his feet.
Keeping his distance, just flicking it up, not trying to power anything. I like it.
Staying slick on the outside, Antwine Williams, and staying long. There's that lead teeth in the outside kick.
Using that long reach of his, as he should, using that teep as a jab, throwing the high kicks up there. Not kind of just flicking them up there. If he lands, he lands. We saw that first high kick he threw kind of glance off the top of the head.
Puckett looking for the head kick, can't find it.
One thing about combat fighting, man, you know, you don't have to throw things hard in the cage. You know, when you're in the cage and you get touched, it's very exaggerated, you know. It feels a lot harder than it probably was. You probably get kicked a little harder in practice sometimes.
100%, especially in 4-ounce gloves. When you're fighting in MMA, you really don't have to throw stuff hard to hurt somebody. With bigger gloves, you see people shell up a lot more because it does take a little more oomph to really hurt someone with the hands, but when there's no shin guards on those legs, the shins flying up there, those are like baseball bats. They don't feel good. So even a light baseball bat does not feel good.
Off the jab from the southpaw stance goes Antwine Williams. Williams staying long, staying at range, 25 seconds remaining round number 1.
Puckett not like what he was seeing from the ortho stance. Switched to southpaw temporarily, now back to the orthodox stance.
Inside kick by Puckett, then coming up high. Both of these guys look pretty slick. Puckett's taking a couple shots.
Big question mark
kick to the head. That was slick from Antwine Williams.
Then back to the head kick to the other side. Good movement by Williams.
There is the bell. That ends round number 1.
Very good back and forth. But the accuracy of Antwine Williams was kind of the story of that round. He was kind of landing everything he threw. Every jab he threw was landing. Every kick he threw was going on the guard or landing. Here on the replay. From this open stance, we see them kind of touching gloves to measure distance. We see that teep that initially knocked down or made Puckett slip. Question mark kick. Looks down. That subtle look down is really what sold that kick. He was chopping low kicks earlier in the round. Looked down as if he was going low again. Flicked it up there, landed off the top of his head. If that was maybe 3 inches north of his leg, landed with the shin, that could have been lights out for Puckett.
Our fight replays this evening are presented by Major Pack. Seconds out called. Josh Puckett versus Antwine Williams, set for round number 2.
Antwine feeling good in there. He's light on his feet, looking at the crowd, giving them a shout out.
Puckett having a hard time finding his distance. Kind of switched to southpaw to see if that would help, to see if maybe he felt better there. Here he is back in southpaw. You can tell this isn't his own stance by how bladed he is from that stance.
Antwine opening up. He's feeling really stylish out there. You see him finding his swag.
Looking for the spinning back kicks, Josh Puckett. Overhand right lands from Antwine Williams, then circles out.
Watch for something flashy. Antwine's feeling really good out there. I think he's going to show out.
You have to be careful when you're spinning like the way Puckett is. Either spin or don't. If you keep spinning like that, you open up the back of your head, and it's not on Williams to control his weapons there. If you're turning the back of your head and he happens to throw a straight right hand or an overhand as you do that, that's on you.
Rangefinder jab from Williams, then the low outside kick to the body. The rear left kick. Puckett now coming forward. Big overhand right from Williams.
Bang.
Counter hook as Puckett comes in.
Off the jab, Puckett again looking for the entry into the mid-range. Williams doing an excellent job managing distance, keeping it on his preferred outside distance.
Head kick.
And he just flicks that up there. There's no telegraph. He just pops it up there as if he's throwing a jab.
It's almost like a reset, Jeff. I mean, he's just literally doing it after off of a shot, or, you know, once he regathers himself off of a punch. He's just flicking it up there, like you said.
35 seconds remaining, round number 2.
Here it comes again.
And most of the time when you're throwing kicks, you don't want to throw them naked, meaning you don't want to throw them with nothing behind it, with no punch to set it up. But when you're throwing them up the way Antwine's doing it, where you're just flicking it up there, it's just for a reaction. If it lands, it lands. Most of the time, it's not going to put you out. However, if it's a shot you don't see coming, sometimes it does hurt you.
Double jab, then the side kick for Josh Puckett. Williams staying slick, staying elusive on the outside. The head kick getting through from Antwine Williams as Puckett threw his kick.
Puckett, he's turning it up at the end of the round. 5 seconds left.
Left hand lands from Antwine Williams just before the bell as we move to the 3rd and final round.
Another impressive performance, or another impressive round, excuse me, by Antwine Williams. Just Puckett's having a hard time finding him. He's trying to change things up, switching stances. Here in the replay, we see Puckett throw a body kick. It's blocked correctly by Antwine. More hand fighting here from the open stance.
Outside touch, switch to the body kick.
More measurement. You're going to see that a lot from a southpaw orthodox style of fight. When one person's standing in the stance of southpaw, one person standing in the stance of orthodox, a lot of times you'll see that them get measurements by kind of, I call it playing patty cake. They're measuring each other's lead hand. If I can shut down your lead hand, I know you only have 2 weapons, your back leg and your backhand. So that's what they're both doing there. Williams, again, just finding his target. I would love to see him rip to the body a little bit. He's headhunting a bit. I would like to see him change it up. I do think he can drop Puckett's hands even more, if not hurt him to the body if he starts working that.
3rd and final round underway.
Touch of gloves, great sportsmanship out here by these guys.
Bit of urgency from Josh Puckett as we start round number 3. Side kick from Williams, not fully through. That was slick on the switch stance, outside kick. See the heavy feints from Antwine Williams. Josh Puckett definitely turning up the aggression here in round number 3. Off of the jab, outside kick from Williams.
And with the way Puckett's standing, keeping that right hand so low when he's in that orthodox stance, I would love to see Antwine throw that straight cross and then a high kick behind it.
Deep kick again from Antwine Williams. Side kick from Josh Puckett. Side kick again.
Teeps to the legs by Williams.
Puckett now talking to Williams in the cage. Williams landing.
I can't help but be obsessed with that opening that Puckett's showing right now, keeping his right hand low. If from this open stance, if Antwine were to throw his left straight, put a high kick behind it, I do think he can skip that off the top of his head.
2 spins from Puckett, nothing there.
2 rolls, same side high, called by Jeff Molina, one of his patented kicks.
Puckett doing a better job of keeping that right hand at home.
Long jab from Antwine Williams.
Oh,
spinning
back kick by Williams. I like it.
First spinning strike we've seen from Antwine Williams in this fight. 30 seconds remaining, 3rd and final round. On the oblique kick from Williams. Puckett still looking for the entry. Closing stages of this fight.
Solo! 40 seconds.
And as a ranged fighter, this is what you want to see. You want to see someone using good footwork. You want to see someone using their jab, their lead hand, someone using their teep, someone using those oblique kicks. Big high kick. That's what I wanted to see from him, especially this 3rd round, as Puckett's keeping that right hand low. Throw the left cross, put a high kick behind it.
There is the bell. That is the end of the fight.
Very impressive performance by Antwine Williams, and shout out to Puckett. He was tough. He kept coming forward. He took some big shots. But the story of this fight was Antwine Williams' ability to keep him at the range that he wants, right? Puckett was trying to make it a dirty fight, close the distance, but Williams used those teeps, the oblique kicks, the jabs. Here in the replay, off the glove touch. just Puckett had an inability to find Antwine. Even there, he almost hit him with the El Toro, right? Kind of waved the red blanket and then got the guy to move.
Yeah, that slide and shake off with the Toro. Williams was looking good with that, light on his feet, keeping his guard high.
For his first kickboxing fight, this is very impressive. His stand-up looked great in his MMA debut. It continues to look great here in his kickboxing debut. And I think we have a very talented fighter in Antwine Williams.
Our winner announcement is presented by Milagro Tequila. We go to Brian Wood.
Ladies and gentlemen, all 3 judges scored this bout 30-27. Your winner by unanimous decision, out of the red corner, Antwine Williams.
About Antwine Williams tonight. Kind of like you, I would have liked to see him go to the body. I think he could have got a finish there, but nevertheless, he did put the work in tonight. He had touched Pucket all over the cage tonight, so shouts out to him.
High-level striking, the feints, the reads, keeping his range, using the tools that apply to his body type. Very impressive debut by Antwine Williams.
Josh Puckett was definitely game, but Antwine Williams was on point, managing that outside distance, continually landing with accuracy, landing with creativity. The winner by way of unanimous decision, Antwine Williams defeats Josh Puckett.